Wes has been on, making headlines. This one caught my eye this morning in the Telegraph. Menopause checks on NHS will combat years of sexism. Well, I bloody well hope so, that's all I can say. This is the story that menopause questions will be added to the NHS health check. In fact, this story goes as far as to say that NHS officials will overhaul the health MOT that is offered to everybody aged 40 to 74 every 5 years. I'd stick my neck out and say there's a lot of people watching this who probably haven't been invited once, never mind every 5 years. And that's because it's been really patchy and the jury's still out as to whether or not this was a cost-effective use of public money to roll this out at all. The reality is the funding behind it was mediocre and how it's been delivered has been very variable. Sometimes it might pick up people with blood pressure and identify people at higher risk, but it's by no means been the game changer that it was intended to be. So forgive me if I sound slightly less than optimistic that adding another service onto that is going to be as transformational as the government are trying to make out. It is good that this is entering the public conversation. I'm pleased about that. But my worry will be that without sufficient funding behind it, and there isn't any mention of any funding at this stage, maybe it will still come, is that the questions get asked, yes, and boxes get ticked, but in order to have a conversation about those questions and help women understand how to make sense of their symptoms, that requires a level of experience and knowledge. And you may just get sent to reception to book an appointment with somebody who has that experience, because there won't necessarily be funding for that person to be doing these NHS health checks in the first place. I know this makes me sound like a cynical old bag, sorry, but 20 years of successive health secretaries leaves you a little bit cynical when they make these big announcements to try and make themselves sound favourable. But it is a positive that it's entered the public conversation. And, you know, I'm happy if I get proven wrong. Let's hope I am.